Today marks 10 years since the shooting rampage that changed Kalamazoo forever. 6 people were killed during multiple shootings hours and miles apart. The chaos began at about 5:45 on February 20th, 2016 at the Meadows townhouses in Richland Township. The shooter pulled up and opened fire, injuring a woman who was shielding her child and others outside. The shooter, who was driving for Uber, went on to pick up and drop off riders then. At about 10 o'clock, he shot and killed Richard Smith and his teen son, Tyler, who were truck shopping at a car dealership on Stadium Drive. The gunman then went on to shoot 5 other people in a parking lot of a Cracker Barrel restaurant. Mary Lou Nye, her sister-in-law, Mary Jo Nye, and their 2 friends, Judy Brown and Barbara Hawthorne, were all killed. A 14-year-old girl was also shot, but defied the odds, making a recovery. After some 5 hours of terror, the shooter was finally spotted by police and arrested. Jason Dalton, now spending the rest of his life in prison. For law enforcement, that night was one of searching for an active shooter and doing what they could to keep people safe. Retired Kalamazoo Undersheriff Paul Matches sat down with News 8's Josh Sanchez to share what he remembers about that evening.
Jason Dalton was arrested alongside this road a decade ago after leaving behind a wake of shattered lives around the Kalamazoo area. The former Kalamazoo County Undersheriff tells that finding Dalton was a series of breaks from witness information to cooperation and getting the warning out to the public.
And I'll always remember it.
Paul Matches hung up his uniform 9 years ago. When we caught up, he said that February 20th, 2016 still crosses his mind.
I think as time goes by, those memories will probably fade. But I think for the families of the victims of that crime, I think every day goes by and they think about it, and that's kind of sad.
He was out of the office for the weekend, attending a banquet for reserve deputies when the first shooting took place at Meadowtown Homes in Richland Township. It wasn't until he was traveling down Stadium Drive in Kalamazoo that he saw a sea of lights at Sealy Kia. That's when he got a call from a WIT TV reporter asking about a shooting at a Cracker Barrel parking lot.
I turned on my police radio that's in my vehicle at the time, and I'm really not picking up on any radio traffic, so I called dispatch and they said, yeah, we've had a shooting there.
He says he dropped off his wife and rushed to the scene. Michigan State Police Lieutenant Dale Hinz told him there was a connection between the shootings.
He said, this shooting here is going to be related to the Sealy. He said, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same guy as up in Richland. And I remember thinking, he says, my God, we've got somebody who's just driving around randomly, just randomly killing people.
Leon, I want to just go ahead to talking to the Undersheriff here from Kalamazoo County. Undersheriff, what can you tell us about tonight's shootings?
It became critical to warn the public.
In the county, the city of Kalamazoo, they all appear to be related.
Coordinating with different reporters, both Hinz and Matches shared everything they could live.
Where we could go to get updates. Yes. Then?
Yeah, your best information will come from here.
And they did get word out because we were getting all kinds of feedback from people saying, yeah, we've sheltered in place.
Matches says the 3 breaks that helped officers find Dalton started at Sealy when security camera video spotted his Chevy HHR. The second was a worker at Cracker Barrel.
I remember, like he said it yesterday, I'm 1,000% sure it's an HHR.
Ken Kolka from WIT TV. I was just wondering, the sheriff department sounds like you guys spotted him.
Matches says the third was working with news outlets to ensure that people were aware of the danger.
That was a huge break right there because we don't know how many people it protected. This guy was going around still picking up people in between.
In the aftermath, an evaluation found a need for a county alert system.
We teamed up with Honeywell, and they had an excellent program, easy to use, easy to access. Anybody could get on it.
He says he credits everyone he worked with that night and the willingness to make improvements where it counts.
We said, you know, we're gonna fix this, and we did.
The changes in the aftermath of that night went well beyond Kalamazoo, with a statewide alert system enacted by law, signed by Governor Rick Snyder. In Kalamazoo, Josh Sanchez, News 8.